Hare Krishna, everyone. Anyone, as we were discussing, Balram Prabhu and I, that Guru Tattva Siddhanta is not settled in our Guru Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, specifically followers of Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī. Since 100 years, it has been in flux, is a mild, to say mildly. So, and so many issues have happened, uh, destruction of movements, and also fights, lawsuits, so many heartburns. So, we have been thinking how and whether this will continue in the followers in the next thousands of years like this. So, shouldn't we also try to do something to leave for us and also for the future followers, whether we can discover the Siddhanta. Now, Siddhanta, Chaitanya Charitamrita Srila Prabhupada says is the postgraduate study. So, I've been thinking that why the Siddhanta should be mentioned there, the Guru Tattva should be explained there. And sure enough, a few years back, I found this verse which we are planning to read today from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, 7th chapter, 3rd verse. And so where he says, where he has explained the Guru Tattva in the first chapter of the CC, Adi Leela, and which Srila Prabhupada names it the spiritual masters. So that's where I was thinking we can discuss these next few weeks, verse by verse, line by line, word by word, and together come to some conclusions on Siddhanta. Even if we don't come to the conclusions of Guru Tattva, at least our understanding of Guru Tattva will increase a lot by discussion among all of us. And everyone is in the same boat. We don't know the whole Siddhanta, and it will be great to discuss and as a Ishtagoshti form, and it will be revealed more and more. So I would take if you're with your permission, I'll just take the lead and read the verse, and then we can discuss it further. Or if someone else wants to read it, please go ahead. The verse CC 7.3, Adi Leela 7.3. जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय अद्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद. So पूर्वे गुरु आदि छाया तत्वे कैला नमस्कार गुरु तत्व कोई आची एबे पांचेरा विचार. Synonyms. Purve, in the beginning. Guru Adi, the spiritual master and others. Chaya, 6. Tattve, in the subjects of. Kaila, I have done. Namaskar, obeisances. Guru Tattva, the truth in understanding the spiritual master. Kahiyachi, I have already described. Ebe, now. Panchera, of the 5. Vichara, consideration. Translation and purport by our dear spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In the beginning, I have discussed the truth about the spiritual master. Now I shall try to explain the Pancha Tattva. Purport. In the first chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela, the author, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Gosvāmī, has described the initiator spiritual master and the instructor spiritual master. In the verse, beginning with the words, Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isham Ishavatarakan. In that verse, there are 6 transcendental subject matters, of which the truth regarding the spiritual master has already been described. Now the author will describe the other 5 tattvas, truths, namely Isha Tattva, the Supreme Lord, His expansion Tattva, His incarnation Tattva, His energy Tattva, and His devotee Tattva. To the main point, main thirst of this matter is that Chaitanya, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying, I've already described the truths there, Guru Tattva.
Right.
That's the thirst of this verse. That beginning from this particular, even Srila Prabhupada says, beginning from this verse. So that's what I did, is go to that verse and start reading and understanding. And if anyone else has anything to add, otherwise we can go to that verse directly, what Srila Prabhupada says, beginning from this verse.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because he says, Guru Tattva, the truth in understanding. So if we go to that verse, so this is the first verse. Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isham Ishavatarakam Tat Prakasham Chatat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samajjakam. So this is the first verse, and he describes the six. I just skipped to the translation because you will see why. The offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Now, there is no purport to this. So, I was like flummoxed, what is this? When Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, I have described the truth there, now where is the description? And there is no purport to it. Then I realized, oh, yeah, he actually comes back. He describes many things from first 14 verses. He's describing many things, the invocation mantras, everything. And then by 34th verse, he comes back to the same exact verse again. See, same. Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isham Ishavatarakam Tat Prakasham Chatat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Samanjakam. And in this,
yes,
the Prabhupada gives a very good purport. So I have taken it to mean from the CC 7.3, when Srila Prabhupada is saying he has explained the truth beginning from this verse, Vande Gurun Isha Bhaktan Isha Ishavatarakam. That means this is where 34. Even though it's the same 1.1, but because he starts giving the purport, and we can see the next 25 verses are all about Guru Tattva. So that's how I've come to understand that Srila Prabhupada is saying that Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has described the Guru Tattva from verses 34 to 58. And so that's what we were thinking, is to discuss and go through word by word, line by line of these verses 34 to 58 to understand the Guru Tattva Siddhanta of our Sampradaya.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Synonyms also of this, because we didn't read it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. One day I offer respectful obeisances, Gurun, unto the spiritual masters, Isa Bhaktan, unto the, I lost it. Unto the devotees of the Supreme Lord, Isam, unto the Supreme Lord, Isa Avatarakan, unto the incarnations of the Supreme Lord, Tat, of the Supreme Lord, Prakasham, unto the manifestations, Cha, and Tat, of the Supreme Lord, Shaktihi, unto the potencies, Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Samnyarkakam, named. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktisiddhānta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the spiritual masters, the devotees of Lord, the Lord's incarnations, his plenary portions, his energies, and the primeval Lord himself, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Purport by Prabhupada. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami has composed this Sanskrit verse in the beginning of his book, and now he will explain it in detail.
Can I interject 1 minute? So
yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. So he says the same thing, because 7.3, as we saw, he said, starting with this verse, he has explained. Vande Guru Nisha Bhaktan. And then he says it was there in the beginning. Now he's explaining. Now he will explain it in detail. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. See, so that is how I've taken that. Even though in 7.3, Srila Prabhupada is saying he has explained it in this verse, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is explaining this verse, the aspect of Gurun, in the next few verses. And now he will explain it in detail, means the next few verses.
Yes, correct. I'll continue.
Yeah, those go till 58 verse. So those are,
Okay,
so I've taken these as the 25 Guru Tattva verses.
excellent.
Okay, please carry on.
Thank you. He offers his respectful obeisances to the 6 principles of the Absolute Truth. Gurun is plural in number because anyone who gives spiritual instructions based on the revealed scriptures is accepted as a spiritual master. Although others give help in showing the way to beginners, the Guru who first initiates one with the Maha Mantra is to be known as the initiator, and the saints who give instructions for progressive advancement in Krishna consciousness are called instructing spiritual masters. The initiating and instructing spiritual masters are equal and identical manifestations of Krishna, although they have different dealings. Their function is to guide the conditioned souls back home, back to Godhead. Therefore, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami accepted Nityananda Prabhu and the 6 Goswamis in the category of Guru. Isa Bhaktan refers to the devotees of the Lord like Sri Srivasa and all other such followers who are the energy of the Lord and are qualitatively non-different from him. Isavatarakam, sorry, you want to say something?
Carry on.
Isavatarakan refers to acharyas like Advaita Prabhu, who is an avatar of the Lord. Tat Prakashan indicates the direct manifestations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nityanand Prabhu and the initiating spiritual master Tat Chakti refers to the spiritual energies, Shaktis of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Gadadhara, Damodara, and Jagadananda belong to this category of internal energy. Prabhu, you want to say something? I can stop here.
No, please carry on.
The 6 principles are differently manifested but all equally worshipable. Krishnadas Kaviraj begins to offer his obeisances unto them to teach us the method of worshipping Lord Chaitanya. The external potency of Godhead, called Maya, can never associate with the Lord, just as darkness cannot remain in the presence of light. Yet darkness, being but an illusory and temporary covering of light, has no existence independent of light. Om Tat Sat. So in that, it says over here that the person who gives the first time Maha Mantra is the initiating Guru.
Jai.
Most important.
So that's why everybody says, no, that we are giving the mantra for the initiating Guru.
Yes.
Oh.
But the way I feel is that everybody has been why we are accepting Prabhupada as an initiating guru is because it is on his order that we are all chanting. So in that sense, he is telling each and everybody to chant, whether whoever comes now or later or in the past, whoever have come. So on his order, is that how we take it? So that's how Prabhupada is our initiating guru.
Lord Chaitanya has given the order, no?
Yeah, but on the behalf of right now, because we are taking the instruction of Prabhupada, so he is
Hey, now I am authorized. Now he has told Yare Deka Tare Ka Krishna Updesh. No? So
huh.
I am giving the instruction to a new person that hey, chant Hare Krishna mantra. I'll perform the ceremony. I am the guru. That's why.
But then, but you are also doing on behalf, because Prabhupada told us. So
Srila
the
Prabhupada is also doing on the behalf of Srila Bhaktisiddhānta, who is doing, this is the Guru Parampara, no? This is the argument, no, which is given for the initiator, spiritual master.
Mhm.
So
So
maybe
whoever,
we can.
Why see, Prabhu, this is very
Sorry.
important. And so, Mataji, the thing is that what we were thinking is we won't, let's not answer ourselves like from our, let Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and Srila Prabhupada answer it. All these are real questions which we should be able to really understand in all different ways, and not let our preconceived notions or what initiator is and what instructing guru is cloud our mind and thought with what the Siddhanta they are telling us. So I would actually, what happens is I give you example of next verse, no, 35. Krishna Goswami says mantra guru. He starts, and that is the initiator spiritual master. So actually, Srila Prabhupada paraphrases Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami a lot in this verse. He is paraphrasing Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, what he is saying in different verses, in the next few verses, in this purport little bit. And in the 135 purport also is paraphrasing future verses. So as we go forward more and more, we start to, okay. That's how I've been trying to do it. I'm struggling with it for the last 12 years.
yeah, I can understand. So why don't you do the next verse then today? Can you do? Do we have time?
What I was thinking,
Wait. Yeah.
if others.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna suggest, and of course, this is all coming spontaneously as we read and go through this course, the sharing. But it seems to me that we'll very, very slowly, as you say, word for word, go through this. And at minimum, I think what we should write and define clearly on the side. I mean, I would love to write it myself in a piece of paper. We can record, clarify, like Mataji was thinking and saying this and saying that. Let's formulate the clearest question. What the question that she has or doubt or whatever. Formulate it as a question. That's definite. Let's do that. And maybe right now we'll have the formulated question and just feed that question to the group that are here right now and see what presently people understand from that. So we just put that, we don't say yes or no, we just put the different answers, have it in our records or whatever, and then read on. And as and when we see a conclusive, comprehensive answer come, we'll say, okay, here we have the clear question. Devotees fought this, fought that. Here is at least one answer to that. There could be many answers that will come later. So then we have like a continuum of questions, what we fought, and then the conclusive or siddhantic answer. Otherwise, for me anyway, my mind can't hold questions and answers so long. I'll just forget, and next day the answer will come, and I even can't remember, was there a question for that?
I love it. I think we should do something like this.
Yeah.
Because
So right now,
Mataji also,
okay.
because these are very intricate and matters, and also we need to be exactly 100% certain before concluding something, because
Yeah, exactly.
so let us keep that, like our understanding, what I've been thinking is should be like word to word as per the parampara understanding, not even little bit deviation, little bit non-understanding or little bit hazy understanding, like clear cut. How is he the initiator? How is he doing it? So the purport of like 135, he explains something about it, and then I started parsing word to word of that 135 purport, for that, then I started going to different other places in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Bhagavatam, where Srila Prabhupada is addressing those particular points, because otherwise each purport will become like a book if he doesn't do that. So like we can discuss those things and really come to conclusory statements and understanding of each of these questions which Balram Prabhu is saying. And like you raised one point, somebody else will have another, like that. Let's keep on writing that. I really feel. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea. I think you should highlight those things, whatever Prabhupada is saying over there. And then, we discuss those things, what everybody feels this point, anybody wants to say anything about in the purport, especially, or the translation, I think that would be one way of going with it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. You can move the.
Okay, I thought people will have many inputs to give on 7.3 and how we went, why should we conclude that Guru Tattva is defined and accepted by our acharyas in the Guru Parampara, that it is defined and explained in 134 to 158 Adi Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Yeah.
I thought
why don't we?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Actually, you can do that, and I think it will be wonderful, because although me, Mataji, and whoever's present here, we're absolutely yes, okay, that's clear for us. But like Prabhupada, what he does many times, as we all know, is he'll say, but somebody could oppose and say like this, and so he brings forward their doubt, their question, and then answers it, and it becomes wonderful for us, because even though I didn't have that question or doubt, I'm like, okay, if I had that question or doubt, this is the answer. And so he's covered all the angles. So I would love if you could do that for us right now with 7.3 as to why we should accept that this is the route we should go.
So one question could be, why CC? Why should we go to CC 7.3 to understand where Guru Tattva is in one first chapter? Why not some other book like Shat Sandarbhas by Jiva Goswami?
Mm-hmm.
Prabhu,
Good question.
Anybody has any answer to that question? I'm going to unshare it.
No, only what you just said and what we've heard continuously from Prabhupada, but then, he could have said something somewhere else. I mean, he says this is PhD, so we've got Bhagavad Gita, ABC, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam main course, and then the CCC is the PhD. So usually after PhD, there's nothing more, but we also know there's always more. So maybe somewhere else, somebody found that Prabhupada said, now we should read this book or that book, and there's further elaboration and examples of Guru Tattva. So we haven't. Most of us haven't read beyond the CC.
So, yeah. Sorry, I'm moving around a bit.
It's okay.
Shoot. Let me stop share to. Okay. Why CC? What you're saying, CC introduction, Srila Prabhupada says something. Actually, the Chaitanya Charitamrita is not intended for the novice, for it is the postgraduate study of spiritual knowledge. Ideally, one begins with the Bhagavad Gita and advances through Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam to the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Although all these great scriptures are on the same absolute level, for the sake of comparative study, the Chaitanya Charitamrita is considered to be on the highest platform. This is from the introduction of Chaitanya Charitamrita itself. Because the question is raised that Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Arjuna, I am telling you the knowledge. What is this? Which verse? Somebody, a devotees can explain. 7th chapter, I think. Whatever I am telling you, there is everything phenomenal and nominal. Anyone can tell which verse is that from Gita?
Jnanam teham savijnanam.
Okay, which verse? Very good.
7.3 most probably.
Okay, let's see this.
That's interesting how that's 7.3 also.
Maybe that's why Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami did that. No, not 7.2. Please look at it and then tell. So, because Bhagavad Gita says this is the highest knowledge, because Krishna is saying there is nothing further to be known, right? Then Bhagavatam 1.3 also says similarly, that this Bhagavatam is the Nigama Kalpataru. It is the highest truth.
That's 7.2.
1.2. Very good. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal. Okay, hold on. I'm not sharing, right?
Not yet, but you can if you want, please.
Jnanam te aham savijnanam idam vakshyami asheshatah. Yaj gyatva neha bhyo anyaj gnatvyam avashishyate. I shall now declare unto you in full this knowledge, both phenomenal and
Nominal. Nomi.
by knowing which there shall remain nothing further to be known. Okay. So this Bhagavad Gita there is nothing else. And then if you look at Bhagavatam 1.3, O expert and thoughtful men, relish Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Shukdev Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful, although its nectarine juice are always relishable for all. So it's the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literature. So there is, in this shloka, it is stated that Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam is not only a superior literature, but is the ripened fruit of all Vedic literatures. In other words, the cream of all Vedic knowledge. See? What Srila Prabhupada is writing here, as we just saw in CC introduction,
How can I say something?
yeah, the Chaitanya Charitamrita is not intended for the novice, for it is a postgraduate study of the spiritual knowledge. Ideally, one begins with the Bhagavad Gita, where the full knowledge is explained, nothing further shall be known, and advances through Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the Nigama Kalpataru, cream of all Vedas, to the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yes, Mataji?
Yeah. So how I understand this topic is that just like when you are in first grade, you learn only 1, 2, 3, 4 in math. Okay. Then you go to high school, you learn 1, 2, 3, 4 little more advanced. You learn that 1, 2, 3, 4. When you go to higher postgraduate also, you learn the same. So the point is that we are learning the same thing, but we are going deeper into the study. Deeper. So it's, when you open it, then you can see so many more things in that same thing only. So I think the concept is the same, which is, that all this Vedic knowledge is the highest. And then you go more deeper. So because Krishna is unlimited, he is like that. His knowledge, whatever is describing him, is also unlimited. So same thing is there in all three and even higher. I understand like that. Is that correct way to understand?
My Pandit Prabhu, are you there?
I'm here. I'm letting anyone else wants to chip in.
Okay.
Yes, I would like to chip in also, because I understand what you've said, and like Mataji said, me being an English teacher, I also had this experience that in first level, we teach student, it's only like this, it's only like this. Like when they say, I love you, then there is this, to give emphasis, there is, I do love you. And when the students speak that at first level, say, no, no, I do love you, don't, that's wrong. You only say do when there's a question form. So they learn it like that. And when they come to third level, another student says, I do love you. And they say, no, no, the level 1 says to level 3, that's wrong. Do is only for question. And level 3 looks at him like, you're stupid. I do love you is for emphasis. And then they have a fight. So actually, sometimes we may find, or I think we are, is that what is taught in level 1 may be rejected later in higher levels. Actually, not just maybe. We see that the teachers within Bhagavad Gita, sometimes Prabhupada's teaching us this like Varnashram. And then in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I know that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says to Ramananda Roy, that's external, I reject. Or it's not so, I want higher. And he goes, higher, so high. So then it brings me to a question and a doubt that if we see Bhagavad Gita says this is all to be known, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam says there's nothing more, or something like that, then we're saying right now, we're stating that the CC says this is the highest. But they all said that. So maybe the CC has the same, it's not really a flaw, but let's just say a flaw where there is more than even the CC.
Mm-hmm.
It's unlimited. The knowledge is unlimited, right? The same topic will be explained, or maybe we will understand in a more deep understanding, as we cannot understand what is Gopi Bhav. We cannot understand that, that is the highest actually. But so we are gradually going, it's in the same line. It's the same topic, but we are understanding more deeper, little more, little more, little more. I don't think in Krishna consciousness, like you said about Varnashrama, Prabhupada is rejecting Varnashrama in that place, like not Prabhupada, but the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because finally, ultimately, it's pure devotional service, right? So Varnashrama is only helping you to, give you a footing in a ashram in a way that you can, be able uh, to serve the Lord. But the highest is to give up everything, right? So in that sense, I think I was also thinking recently about the same thing. Prabhupada is telling that we should have Varnashrama because we are in this society, we have not given up yet. So in this society, what is conducive, that is why we should have Varnashrama, so that we can all be able to practice it easily, because we are all struggling right now to practice Krishna consciousness, to learn about it. We are all very enthusiastic in the beginning, but then, to follow it, so that is why Prabhupada wanted a Varnashrama, which we haven't been able to. So that is also a step, just to become more serious to follow. What do you think, Madhu, Nimai Pandit Prabhu?
Anyone else? Like other devotees who have not spoken? Tattva Darshina Prabhu and Pradyumna Prabhu and how do we make out of it that why should we go to Chaitanya Charitamrita to understand the Guru Tattva and probably the Guru Tattva Siddhanta, all the conclusions, because because Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying go to these verses, and while the other scriptures may also be saying the same thing. Bhagavad Gita says it is every knowledge is explained. Bhagavatam is the cream of all literature. Shat Sandarbha, Krishna Jiva Goswami has given the whole essence there. Why Chaitanya Charitamrita 1.3458?
Are we saying like it will be seems a little bit sectarian, but is it for us that because Srila Prabhupada has said to us, in these verses they have been explained, he's saying Jiva Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj has elaborated this. So this is why we're going there. I mean, somebody else will say, well, who is Krishnadas Kaviraj to me?
No, all Gaudiya Vaishnavas except, no. In the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, Krishna Chaitanya Charitamrita is, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Gosvāmī is an authority. There's no question that it is authorized. The only question is, why not in other books also we can take up the study?
You mean other books like Nectar of Devotion?
Yeah, and for the Siddhanta, like specifically here is what we will take as the foremost. And Shat Sandarbha especially, I mean, that's where the conclusion of all the scriptures are explained. Srila Prabhupada says that. He says that Jiva Goswami, I will read you what he says.
And also, let's make this a principle also as much as possible. Anytime we read something, let's put it on screen or give a reference for other people like me to follow it on the big screen, or also see it on the screen here. If that's easily done.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So, I'm just trying to, based on my understanding and what I have read so far. And so, the first question was there that Bhagavad Gita is complete. Firstly, it is mentioned, but again, we go to the PhD level, which is said, we go to the masters, look into the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. There also we said, understand that everything is in there, nothing beyond it. Then we also go to Chaitanya Charitamrita to understand more. So it is an expansion going on. This just like when Brahma recited 4 verses, received 4 verses, and then he expanded. Narada expanded that 4 verses to further. Sorry, it was Narada who instructed 4 verses to Vyasadeva, and Vyasadeva actually elaborated that. And then Vyasadeva further gave it to Shukadeva Goswami. He further elaborated that. So this elaboration is again based on time, place, and circumstances for the audiences to understand the subject matter more clearly and more convincingly with those verses, what we are hearing.
Very good.
Yeah, I think very good point.
So the knowledge which is there in the Bhagavad Gita, it is more condensed form, which is further elaborated in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. And then it is further elaborated in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now coming to the specific question of why if we are looking into this Guru Tattva or this particular verse, my understanding is because there is a chapter in a way dedicated for this particular purpose. So our understanding is we will have more explanation and understanding specifically for that particular point. And we can again reference to the other scriptures by Prabhupada to understand those points more better. But just to begin with, on a focused approach on particular topic, we have taken Chaitanya Charitamrita.
I see. See, all what you said is good. Only the last point, no? Where you say beginning. Now, question comes is that, let us say, we read from Chaitanya Charitam, like these verses. In these verses, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying something about Acharya's qualification. Giving you one example. Or Mahamantra is the initiator and all these things. Then in Bhagavatam, or let's say Bhagavad Gita 434, Tadvidi Panipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. There is no question of Hare Krishna mantra initiation. So which one to take as the final or the higher truth and the other one as the subsidiary or supportive or partial truth. Bhagavad Gita 434 or what we just read, 134 Purport Srila Prabhupada is writing, and then 135 it is again there and other places, the Mahamantra. So these are the questions which this is the reason why I'm thinking that Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, whatever he writes, that should be the higher, is because of this statements of Srila Prabhupada saying this is the postgraduate study, that plus Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami saying, I've explained the truth there. Like what my understanding is that he explained all the different manifestation or the most of the required manifestations of the truth there, like he's doing it in all the other tattvas. 7.3 we were reading. Let me come back to 7.3.
So you are saying that, let me understand. So you're saying that this is the topmost because Prabhupada is saying that CC is the topmost, it's PhD. So the knowledge given or the instruction given here, you should take this as the number one. Is that the way you're telling?
My understanding is coming to me because of these. This is why we are discussing this topic. That even though it says every knowledge is there, everything I have explained, Krishna himself is saying I have explained everything, 7. But then Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami here he's saying I have explained the truth here. And that should be taken as the highest because of this. So here he says, see, in that verse there are 6 transcendental subject matters in which the truth regarding the spiritual master has already been described. Now the author will describe the other 5 tattvas, truths, namely Isha Tattva, his expansion tattva, which is the Prakasha tattva, like Balaram, his incarnation tattva, like Advaitacharya and all 10 Dashavatars, his energy tattva, like Srimati Radharani and other energies, and his devotee tattva, like Narad, Neel Srivas Thakur, and all the other devotees. So when we go in the future, other chapters, you see how these are conclusive statements he is making. And then another place. Go ahead.
No. Better you finish with this. You continue, brother.
No, I'm going to the next topic from this, but related.
Okay.
So if you have anything on
so
this.
Then, yeah. We should also keep a note of anybody may have comments on the line. Like right now, Tattvadarshi Prabhu just wrote a comment on the chat. For some reason, he's too shy or some situation is there that he can't come on the video. So on that point, everybody, please, we really, really encourage everybody to not feel shy or embarrassed. This is the time and this is the place and this is the nice atmosphere we have for you to come out of that and, kind of speak for Prabhupada and speak for Krishna and don't be shy or afraid of that. Things may have happened in other groups, so please come. So he's saying that he sees that Srila Prabhupada said that everything is explained in my books. That's a kind of general answer, but that's why we should go to CC.
Mute yourself.
Second chapter, see this here. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, see, this is Adi Leela, 2nd chapter. He is coming to the point of explaining the tattvas. So he's saying, I offer my obeisances unto the feet of all who hear or read this discourse. Kindly hear with attention the conclusion of all these statements. Conclusion is Siddhanta. Siddhanta is what our Sampradaya gives. Conclusions. See, so Krishna is saying in 434, Tadviti Pranipatena. He is also talking about other things about Guru. Father is Guru, mother is, these are the first Guru, Now, a couple of other things he's talking about the Guru and Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavatam is talking a lot about Guru. Now, but Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying Siddhanta, conclusions I am describing.
Maybe that's a good question at this point. Okay, can we get a clear definition of what is the meaning of Siddhanta or conclusion, or both, if they're different?
This is the main verse which Srila Prabhupada quotes all the time. Like you could see if somebody would take does a search on Siddhanta in Srila Prabhupada and lectures and letters, and wherever he quotes this verse, Siddhanta.
Can you give us the full text? What's this text? CC?
Yeah, CC Adi 2116.
CC Adi 2:1. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Second chapter 1:1. So 16 to 18 verses are good to read in this. We were just reading the 16th verse.
Thank you.
The 16th verse, I offer my obeisance unto the feet of all who hear or read this discourse. Kindly hear with attention the conclusion of all these statements. And then he says, Siddhanta baliya chittena kara alas iha haita Krishna lage shudrada manas. This Srila Prabhupada quotes these words like scores of times. Every time he says, well, try to understand the philosophy, and he quotes this verse, and then he says, a sincere student should not neglect the discussion of such conclusions, considering them controversial, for such discussions strengthen the mind. Thus one's mind becomes attached to Sri Krishna. So in the purport, if you see Srila Prabhupada so many times, he explains what is conclusions, what, right? I mean, this is beyond the topic today, but I was thinking we should read this maybe next week, this topic of Siddhanta. Why we should try to understand Siddhanta specifically from Chaitanya Charitamrita. And these are the verses because of which I more and more am inclined to accept that Guru Tattva should be understood from here as the foremost rather than from any other scripture. No. So from this, there is this nice verse. 1 second, where is this gone to? 2399.
So, Prabhu, one question. I think when you mentioning, so did we find any contradiction between statements in the Bhagavad Gita on the Guru? I think you were mentioning about 4.2 and Chaitanya Charitamrita.
See, in our whole our Sampradaya from Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī, these are the topics being debated. Is, let's say, one side says, see tadvidi pranipatena, there is no question of mantra importance or like that. It is, you have to surrender to it. It's a Shiksha Guru, not Diksha. Diksha is separate, which is what Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying here, give a mantra. So you can take Shiksha from Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī, his in this whole Sangha, and then same within ISKCON, that also you can take Shiksha from Srila Prabhupada. He is the preeminent Shiksha Guru, and you take Diksha, Hare Krishna mantra from your Diksha Gurus.
Okay. But from what we just read, it says the person who told the first time to someone to chant Hare Krishna is the Diksha Guru. That's what it is. Exactly. That's
Dayalu Nidai Prabhu told me. He is not my Diksha Guru.
That's what I'm saying. For me also, somebody told me. I don't even remember that person.
So this
I
is
don't know.
explain. So this is why I feel like see. So so this is the controversies have happened because of, I feel, because of not taking the value, the comparative value. More. This what
That,
Srila, yeah.
and that's the point I was trying to make. Now, who on whose basis did Dayananda Prabhu tell you, or who told me, is again Prabhupada. But you are saying, but he is telling on the basis of his guru. So it becomes a little bit confusing then, on whose. So, but then it also says that all are one only, right? That also we read. That is also. So both are one also. They're both are part of Krishna only. So in that sense, ultimately through Krishna only we are getting that. But according to me, the person who told me was told particularly to tell to everyone to chant Hare Krishna. So we are taking on the basis of Prabhupada. I think like that, and that's how I am going on, and I'm preaching also.
Let us keep that
Yeah,
the topic
yeah,
to be
yeah.
answered. But point was that controversies are there, Shuddha Prabhu, if we don't take something as the higher weightage. That's the problem. And that's the reason why maybe we should, I mean, one topic which we were thinking of taking was like coming to conclusion, agreeing on the parameters in which this Siddhanta can be discovered, which includes this, the Chaitanya Charitamrita highest, because Srila Prabhupada says that's the postgraduate study, and Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami said explained all these six tattvas here, and he's saying the Siddhanta I'm explaining.
Okay.
So we can, I mean, this is a churning. So if anyone else has some other, like next week, if anyone else has any other place where they feel this book or that book is better situated to understand, then let's look at it. And why also, the reason why.
Also, Prabhu is not there. My husband, Prabhu is not there. He's working right now. He would have been very interested in this topic, but
It is
because of
recorded.
work weekday.
We are recording it and we are
Yeah,
posting.
yeah, yeah. We'll see.
I was this one thing I found that there is this verse 399 and also 398 is, let me go to 398.
I would suggest that Prabhu, you can put all of these verses in the group that
Yeah.
you tell people, everyone to read these, all devotees, so that when they come next time, they will have some thought. And then when you read, they can, we can't think so fast.
Yeah. So what we did was, because you all went so fast, because what we did was we did send we post the 7.3 in the group, and the discussion which we may have. So we will, maybe now that we are getting used to it, maybe we will, and anyone can also post their questions, different topics they want to discuss, and let's all come together like that next week.
Yeah.
So this 398, this is Madhya Leela 20th chapter 398, where Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, I don't know who is speaking, but Krishna is complete in the spiritual sky in Vaikuntha. He's more complete in Mathura and Dwarka, and he's most complete in Vrindavan due to his manifesting all his opulences. And the next verse is, this is stated in dramatic literature as perfect, more perfect, and most perfect. So
In the
just
same way,
I
Krishna
would,
says in
I
Bhagavad
would,
Gita also that it is, different levels of knowledge. He says the guhyam, guhyatama, guyhatamam, right? In the same way.
let me write this down.
So, Prabhu, I think, I think food for thought for entire week would be that why we should conclude to Chaitanya Charitamrita only. And once we get into agreement, from everyone.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is the
Yes.
point to agree. Should we conclude that these verses are the highest about Guru Tattva or not? So another question which I have against this argument is this, which is well understood in Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. This, the thing, Srila Jiva Goswami, following the previous acharyas, has inculcated the conclusions of the scriptures in the sixth thesis called the Sat Sandarbhas. So they argue that we should go to Sat Sandarbhas for the conclusions, not Chaitanya Charitamrita, not Bhagavatam, not other places, because he has already explained it. Why do we have to figure out anything?
Being going to that statement, what I think Tattva Prabhu has, Tattva Darshana Prabhu has mentioned, that everything is there in his book. So Shat Sandarbha, Prabhupada has not translated. So if we go beyond it, then we'll have something else, and we can keep on, struggling with this. So we need to set certain boundaries.
I'm going to play the devil advocate. So these are the arguments people give. See that,
Yes.
and maybe somebody else can tell more arguments. I have limited understanding. So the argument which I remember is that Swami Maharaj has not given all the explanations. He had limited time, and maybe whatever reason. And I don't want to say all the bad even things, but at least this much is not so bad that he didn't have enough time and all these things. So he gave what he could is Chaitanya Charitamrita, but their conclusions are here, Sat Sandarbhas.
But if we are following Prabhupada, we are following his
Blindly.
huh? No, but we are accepting Prabhupada as our guru. So whatever he has given, we have to take that, because he has told, I have already, like Prabhu told, that he's already given everything, all the knowledge. Then why do we have to go beyond that? Then that means we are not taking the instruction from Prabhupada, but we are taking from someone else.
You are like new.
And Prabhupada says that we are Rupanugas. This is the, I don't know. I'm a little bit confused there.
Jiva Goswami was the
I know.
the like complete knowledge, like somebody
Yes.
whether he was like Shiromani or I forget the name, but he knew everything about all the scriptures. He was really very well versed in all the scriptures. So
But maybe Prabhupada wants us to, I'm giving my argument for accepting Chaitanya Charitamrita, because Prabhupada understands for us, we need to follow, if this much we are following Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is good. So it is his understanding, and he has already given the information.
But
So
himself is saying, see, in this, other false devotees think that studying books of these acharyas is visible, like studying dry empiric philosophies. See? So we should study Srila Jiva Goswami's Sat Sandarbha, because there the conclusions of the scriptures are there, and that's how we will find the Guru Tattva there. That's what actually this is not a false argument I'm making or a straw man argument, because I've heard this from ISKCON gurus and Gaudiya Math gurus. Many people, they quote the Shat Sandarbhas for the Guru.
So sorry, Prabhu, just to be clear, what we are saying in answer to the Mataji, I'll get to know your name, Mataji, right now, I forgot, sorry, that it's Srila Prabhupada himself here who is saying to us, read and study the books of Jiva Goswami, not all, maybe not all the books, but here he's specifically saying the Sandarbhas, right?
can you move the, we can't see the entire paragraph, little more.
This is the entire paragraph. These are what I have written. This is what Srila Prabhupada.
Oh, okay.
Nimai Pandit Prabhu?
Yeah.
So is that right? That we understand right now that Srila Prabhupada is telling us to read Jiva Goswami's book, the Sandarbhas, to get conclusions, right?
Otherwise, one is a false devotee.
Exactly. Right.
So how do we understand this? So that's why they say Chaitanya, like I have not heard this argument ever. Even the Chaitanya Charitamrita is not the highest to understand. Actually, Srila Bhaktisiddhānta Sarasvatī, he used to read Chaitanya Charitamrita all the time. He would say this is the highest book of knowledge, and he himself commented on it, and Anubhashya commentary, and so they don't say that. Nobody says that, but there are other groups in Gaudiya Math say this. But all of us, not us, meaning all the devotees, they have started picking up from such sandarbhas and counteracting kind of what Srila Prabhupada is writing in some places, and basically what he's writing is from Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami and other acharyas. So that this is, see, in here it says this, here it says that.
So, Prabhu, my argument can be in this same regard. It may be all right to read Shat Sandarbha. No, people who wants to read, they can read. But we are not just reading Chaitanya Charitamrita verses or any other verses only. We are reading the purport as well. So when Prabhupada has said he has given everything, and when we read the purport, we actually we understand Prabhupada sometimes takes those purport in a different out of context of that verse also. Sometimes we have seen that. We feel that it is out of context, but later we realize that, okay, this information is present in that purport, in Bhagavad Gita purport or Bhagavatam purport. So even though there might be information which is available in the Shat Sandarbhas, but those information may already Prabhupada have passed down in Chaitanya Charitamrita and on other of his books, which is
good point, very good point. And I mean, just to before you answer this point, another question which they make, and then we will come to address what you're saying, is what they say is, see, all your people, what you are saying is such kind of ABCD way you talk. You don't know that Srila Jiva Goswami in Satsandarbha says it should be Shraman Guru and Mantra Guru and not just Shiksha Guru. These are just preliminary topics. So many other gurus are also there. And then what happens is when these people then they come to speak, then people think, oh my God, they have so much more knowledge than us. We have not so much knowledge. Let me start to take Shiksha from him. And that's how that's how it becomes more and more, the faith goes away more and more. It is how this is how it happens.
I have one point. You are only quoting this 2 lines, right? I would like to see where originally Prabhupada has written this, and before this sentence and after this sentence, what Prabhupada is talking. So it might give us a better picture of what Prabhupada is trying to say instead of just 2 lines. Do you think that is correct?
Yeah, Adi 2117. This is the same one I was reading just now. This is the same Siddhanta thing.
Also one more thing. Generally, if a preliminary book is saying A, the higher book, it will also say the same thing, but more depth it will be there. So if somebody is reading the Sandarbhas, it should only clarify little more. It will not deviate from the original, from Chaitanya Charita, that's what I understand. Because nowhere there is a total, contrasting answer. It'll be same, but explain more. Is that correct way to understand?
I think so. I think so. Here this is, and we can read
We,
next week more. False devotees may think that simply shedding tears will lead one to transcendental.
1 minute, we are not able to see it, Prabhu.
Sorry.
It's still showing similarly.
So false devotees may think that simply shedding tears will lead one to the transcendental plane, even if one has not had a factual change in heart. But such a practice is useless if there is no transcendental realization. False devotees, lacking the conclusion of transcendental knowledge, think that artificially shedding tears will deliver them. Similarly, other false devotees that studying the books of the previous acharyas is unadvisable, like studying dry empiric philosophies. But Srila Jiva Goswami, following the previous acharyas, has inculcated the conclusions of the scriptures in the sixth thesis called Satsandarbhas. False devotees who have very little knowledge of such conclusions fail to achieve pure devotion for want of zeal in accepting the favorable directions for devotional service given by self-realized devotees. Such false devotees are like impersonalists. Mother, you have to leave. So, now Shuddha Sattva Prabhu, no, what you made was a very good point. Now, one very interesting, what your point was that by reading Srila Prabhupada's purports, he is already quoting these other acharyas. And you see right here, the next verse, 135, Mantra Guru Arayata Shiksha Guru Gan. In the purport, in the first line itself, Srila Prabhupada starts quoting Jiva Goswami in his thesis Bhakti Sandarbha. See this? And then he goes and explains this whole thing is from Bhakti Sandarbha. So we'll read that more, but my point is that what you are saying is correct. So Srila Prabhupada, what he did was, what we were just reading, that 1.2, hold on, Adi. We are reading that Srila Goswami, following the previous acharyas, have inculcated the conclusions of the scriptures in the sixth thesis called the Satsandarbhas. He picked up one of the Sandarbha, Bhakti Sandarbha, and he starts quoting them. As one of the Parampara acharyas, Srila Prabhupada took those conclusions and he starts explaining. So whatever was required, no, he explained from Satsandarbha. So anyway, once we start going through and we'll discover more and more. And so other devotees have any other points to make, please?
I think I'm adding to what the Mataji and Prabhu just said also is that obviously, especially for us, is what Srila Prabhupada has given as far as conclusions within the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The previous acharyas, whether it be Satsandarbha or any other books, should be used only if we understand them, that they're backing up and further clarifying what Srila Prabhupada is saying. But if we think we found something from Jiva Goswami or anyone else that contradicts what Srila Prabhupada is saying, we have to be very careful with that point and understand that we think there's some difference or some contradiction, and not to accept that as like, well, okay, Prabhupada said this here, but Jiva Goswami said this here, therefore we're going to override what Prabhupada is saying and stating with Jiva Goswami's writing. Mm-hmm. That would be very dangerous for us.
Yes, Gauranga Sundar. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Balaram Prabhu is correct in many senses because Prabhupada quoted Jiva Goswami many, what he had to quote from there, in a sense. because I know that there was a debate, or means like, Jiva Goswami gave his Gopal Champu. To defeat Gopal Champu, Vishwanath Thakur gave his other thesis. So now if we go to all the Acharya, then we'll be confused. What is happening with the Acharya? They are defeating each other. Because Jiva Goswami and Gopal Champu told that Swakya Bhava is the topmost. Then Vishwanath Thakur defeated that and said, no, Parikya Bhava is the topmost. So like that, that's why Prabhupada is, whatever is required for us to understand Guru Tattva from Jiva Goswami, he's already quoting in his, in his CC, in the purports. Otherwise, if we start going, then we'll go to Satsandabha, then we'll go to Gopal Champu, and there'll be a whole lot of confusion in people's mind. What's happening, because Prabhupada told Jiva Goswami is given the conclusion. So that means Swakya Bhava is also the conclusion. People go to that also. So to make it simple and not complicated, for us, Prabhupada has given the best thing from Jiva Goswami, for Rupa Goswami, every Goswami in his purports. And if we stick to them, we'll come to know, we know the conclusion of all the Goswamis in Srila Prabhupada's purport only. This is what I have,
Mhm. So good. So how about we finish here today, unless someone has any questions and topics more to raise. But for the next week, we could really like research more in Prabhupada books. What is the thing? Initially, we could take up this 2 point Madhya Leela, sorry, Adi Leela, first chapter. Sorry, second chapter, verse 116 to 118. These three verses and purport, because these are all about Siddhanta conclusions. What is Siddhanta? What is conclusion? Why are we asked to really go into that?
Yeah, very nice.
How will it help us in our normal day to day?
Yeah. And just to inform the devotees, whoever's watching also, that these things that Nimai Pandit Prabhu just mentioned, we'll be sending out to everybody within the groups as like pre-homework before the next meeting. So don't worry if you don't catch it right now.
Yes, I would also like to suggest that whatever we covered today, to please post that as what we covered in our last, whatever we read, whatever we covered, whatever we discussed. If you can post those, I apologize for my lack of participation. I'm on the back end of a flu. I don't feel well. I was up for 2 doctor's appointments this morning and just kind of a little out of it. But so I would personally like to review that because, just even because of that. But, like we said, there's a lot there and there's a lot to contemplate. And like Mataji said, you can't really think that fast because there's so much packed in there that could raise questions that you may want to discuss. That, and upon reviewing it, we could write those questions down, and then we can revisit what we covered today more thoroughly next time before we begin moving on.
Sure. I agree completely.
Perfect. Yeah, because for me, we haven't even read 1.34. I mean, we read it once, but I'm still waiting to go through line for word. And already 2, 3 questions, nice deep questions came up from Mataji immediately. What, and there's a lot more.
Yeah, that's my point. If we're going to be thorough, then we really should post what we covered, give everybody a chance to review, write our questions down, and bring them, post them, and bring them next meeting. And we shouldn't really move on until we're clear and all questions are answered about what we've already covered. Because otherwise, it's just, questions hanging upon questions hanging, and then there's no real clarity.
My question, the question which I have is because just like in Bhagavad Gita, it says this is the highest, like there is nothing beyond Bhagavatam, right in the beginning, saying this is the cream. Chaitanya Charitamrita, I'm trying to find, I can't find. This is the conclusion. It is like around it is there, but not inside the book itself. So if somebody has any good verses to share from Chaitanya Charitamrita itself, where Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami himself is saying that this is the highest or like that. And that would be nice to know. And also from Shat Sandarbha, if he's saying Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying that is the highest knowledge. Those are explained fully there and I'm just explaining them or something like this. That would be nice to understand because that would like, in my mind, that will like completely cover it, that Chaitanya Charitamrita is the highest. Prabhupada says so for sure. So I accept it and that's why I'm going with that. But just because there can be these questions and when we are talking of Siddhanta, we should be so good that we can be able to answer from
Well, maybe next week you just bring out the points where Prabhupada says that Chaitanya Charitamrita is the highest, and I mean if he's saying that we can accept it.
We just
Maybe
read introduction. We just read that this is the highest knowledge.
Yeah. I meant if there was any other places where he said it that you'd want to bring forward, you could bring those.
In the verse itself, like Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam both say, in the verses itself in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I have not found. That'll be nice to know. Srila Prabhupada says, so I accept it. But it'll be nice to have that so that one can counteract it for people who argue against that. But like that, if other people have any other questions, you can post them in the group, either on the WhatsApp group or directly on the
No. Don't post on the WhatsApp group, please. No, I want to keep that just clean as for just notifications or whatever. So the talks and discussions, let us build that all on Facebook and the other group. I don't want this WhatsApp to become so confusing for people.
What's the other group? You said Facebook and the other group? What's the other group?
WhatsApp group.
I mean, they were going to open a Telegram, was it, Nimai Pandit Prabhu?
Yeah, we have one Telegram group.
Do we need both, or what is the advantage? So, because in Telegram you can.
I mean, just to tell.
Telegram you can post and have further more communication than you can actually do on Facebook. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could also.
I mean, just to tell you,
Telegram, right?
John Prabhu, can you say that again?
I said we can also do the video on Telegram, yes?
Yeah. So, Somagiri Prabhu, you have anything to share, contribute?
Hare Krishna. I'm just listening.
Good.
Half time I wasn't here because I'm working and I was busy.
Yes.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for and Surya Narayan Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu. Let's call it a day then. If anyone else has anything, okay. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Okay. So just before we go, everybody has seen the link to the Facebook group. So
Telegram.
You know,
let me post.
But there's also
let me Facebook group too.
Well, not just here, because here, as soon as the class ends, all that information is gone. So we'll post it also through our all channels. So there's a Telegram group and a Facebook group where all these things can be, like all the documents can be posted. Discussions can continue ongoing there. It's as far as I see it in Facebook, it can be kept much clearer because each question and debate can be going on under each topic frame and continue on that. And it's easy to follow. But in WhatsApp, we're sending out information vital to time, dates, place, and what's going on. And if people start chatting, then it all gets confusing. You can't find anything because it's all linear line. So my request, please, from everybody in the WhatsApp group that I have, that's just for vital information to go out so people know what's what and what's where. On the Facebook, we will put up the files also, and feedback, questions, all this, all the other stuff. And I guess it's going to happen. This can happen on Telegram also, which will be, I guess, managed by another devotee also. Yeah.
Yeah. Why do we need? Yeah. Why do we need two platforms? I mean, it seems like it gets a little bit splayed out.
Devotees are in different places. We should go where people are instead of telling them to come here. No?
Right. So you're saying to John Prabhu in answer to him that some people don't use Facebook, they're on Telegram, so they'll be having conversation on Telegram, and then some people on Telegram are not using Facebook, so therefore two groups to give people a chance to interact. Yes.
They are, and sharing, many people like to share it with others, so those people are, their friends are there on Telegram or on Facebook, so that's why.
Right. So basically, John, then Telegram and Facebook are the same thing. It's just a different house where different people have collected, and they're not on two houses. So if you've got Facebook,
it's just so people's, if their contacts are in Telegram, they have a better ability to share with other people. Is that the idea?
Yes.
I think is what I got. Yes. Okay. I understand.
Okay. Hare Krishna, everyone.
All right. Hare Krishna. Good to see everyone. Hare Bol.
good to see you too. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
All glories to
All
Srila
glories to
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
Hare Bol. Hare Bol.
Vanchakalpatrobhayascha kripasindhubhaya vaishnavadityanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Namo namaha.